Hello there, hope you guys are good, hope you guys are well. Right, welcome. So, 9 races, 9 days, that's all we've got left. And we need to get this done, dusted, boxed off, ready in time for the new game. We're at Monza. We have been on a winning streak since Hungary. We've not lost a race. We've had back-to-back 1-2s. Don't forget, it was Hungary was a normal race. Monza... Spa was a sprint and a normal race. We had 1-2 in both those. Then we went to had the summer break. Then Zandvoort, 1-2, and now we're at Monza. These guys are absolutely flying. And as you can see on the right hand side, I've got a Spec 3 chassis design and I've got a Spec 3 underfloor design. So, gonna get those on the car and see how that goes. But in the meantime, let's go and get into Monza. Love the Temple of Speed. I love a cup of tea as well.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. Oh, wet race. Oh, wet race indeed. Change engine out. Our pit crew are absolutely killing us on pit stops as well. Simply because they're just shocking. 9 seconds I was in the box. 9 seconds with George. And then I was in the box 13 seconds with Lando last race. And if he wasn't on the softer tyre, we never would have won. I need to focus Lando on winning. Because he is now 10 points ahead of Max. Keep the same gearbox with Lando. Is it 9? 1.9, yeah. Oh, it's another ATA weekend where you've got to qualify on hards, mediums, and then softs. But we'll see what happens. Let's go and get into it. So yes, we are currently P1 in the drivers with Lando, and we are currently P1 in the constructors with Mclaren as well. We are... 99, either 99 or 100 points clear of Red Bull in P2. And like I said, we got 9 races left. 9 races. It's taken 4 seasons to get to this point. 4 long, tiresome... Four long seasons. P1 for George. P1 for George. Let's push Lando. Obviously, Lando being very close to George. I'm actually gonna bat Lando off. I do not want Lando anywhere near George, just in case. So I'm gonna slow him down.
The car is okay. All good.
Right, 91 for George.
Understood.
What about for Lando then? 91 for Lando. Setup is okay. Setup is okay. I've actually sent Lando and George out a bit too close to each other. Gotta have a cup of tea in the morning, right? But obviously, we haven't got to worry about Season 5, which would be next season. Because, yeah, we got a new game to look forward to. So, we are just fully focused on... we're just fully focused on getting this season done. Just fully focused. Tires... Be a one-stop Monza will be anyway, so it'll be a medium soft. Send George out. Send Lando out. Try to send them both out in clean air, but George is out in clean air. Don't know where so is George now as well. Right, send Lando for a fast lap, and then George. Lando's gone P1. Happy days. P1, P1.
Something's happening. Stand by.
Yeah, mate. Car's knackered. I hope the engineers talk a lot more in the new game as well. I feel like they don't say enough. I don't know why. Like, you constantly, like, when you're watching F1 in real life, you constantly see, like, the cameras pan to the engineers and you see them, obviously, really talking to their drivers. You don't see nothing with these guys unless, obviously, something happens, whether it's a crash or, you know, just hope they talk a lot more. But we shall see.
Okay.
Right, wrong way with George.
Very good job, guys. Copy.
I went the wrong way, went the wrong way.
Give us a balance check. Balance check.
And I went the wrong way with Lando.
I'm happy.
So I'm going to call them in
copy.
now. And I'm going to revert. Because if you try and revert the setup whilst they're out, or before the next setup, it doesn't work. So yeah, so by the time we go into next practice, the setups will be reverted. That's the theory behind it, anyway. P1, 2, P1, 2. Oh, George went faster on the hards. Wow. Okay. See, they take the mediums off us. Like, why? try that. And 22 laps. Don't know why I set Lando for that. Right, they're far enough apart from each other. It's not going to rain. Right, let's send George on a madness. And Lando. That's the thing as well, see, about practice. You don't know fuel loads. Don't know if the car or engines are damaged, like mine clearly are. Unfortunately, though, I definitely will need to be taking ERS systems with them.
Are all the tyres on? Something doesn't feel right.
As if by magic, George starts talking about his ERS.
Come back to you.
We are checking. We are checking. Satisfaction, great. 92% for George. 92% for Lando.
If you can give us a balance check. It's all good. It's a cool car to drive. Yeah, copy.
It's a cool car to drive. Well, happy days, because, yeah, I'm really struggling to get this setup nailed. So, if it's a cool car to drive, I'm happy with that. Dragovic running wide, turn 5. Oh, dear.
Entire phase update when you can. Oh, great. Understood.
Don't worry about it, George. You're coming in to change those tyres. Alright. Yeah, man. I don't think I'm going to get any better. I suppose I could try this. Let's try that. I'm not going to bother with Lando. I'm just going to send him straight back out. Overtake Lance Stroll, overtake Lance Stroll. see what they got to say for George's car setup. It's either going to be really good or really bad.
The car is okay. Negative. Happy. Okay, copy that.
Right, so it was the wrong way with George. Yeah, it doesn't work on the cornering. Which is a bit gutting, but it is what it is.
So you've taken the flag.
That Red Bull and Alpine car are going to be rapid around you. Drogovic with the pen. I haven't seen many penalties. I've not seen many penalties this. Right, let's get FP3 done. Right, I'm going to send Lando for a flyer. And George. Before they get blocked by stupid people. Like Lando currently is. I'll be fastest of the medium runners anyway. As soon as Lando, it's 100% on the track acclimatization, which is the little track symbol. See where it says practice goals? If you look to the right of that, there's a little 89% currently on Lando's. That's track acclimatization. When that gets to 100, obviously it can't go any higher, and then it definitely can't go any lower. So when it's 100, I'm just going to call a car in and just leave it in the pits, because he doesn't need to go back out. Whereas George currently is only on 90% track acclimatization. So obviously the things across the top are track acclimatization. Then the green, what looks like a book, is your new components on a car, how you learn, how you gain knowledge about them, hence the reason why it looks like a book. And then the 3 lines and dots is car setup. So currently right now, Lando and George are both 100%, 100%, and 92%. I'm going to send them back out on the same tyres actually. I'll say now there's a set of softs here I can send George out on. Just let's do 16 laps with George. Lando can't go back out on those tyres, so Lando can go back out on the soft and the mediums. Don't need to really gain any knowledge, but So I really need Lando to win today. So I'm not bothered about the drivers. Obviously it'd be nice, but I'm really not bothered about it at all. It's the constructors that is the main thing. Good morning, Samuel. How are you doing, mate?
Update tire phase when you can. Stroke in the front. Copy that. And update us on tyres.
I don't usually, mate. The reason why I am is because there is F1 Manager 2024 is out on the 23rd of this month. Currently, it is the 13th, and I need to get this season done, boxed off before the new game arrives, because obviously I won't be going back to this game, and yeah. So I need to get this season done. I think this is... Monza is 9 races left before the end of the season. And I think there's 9 days left before the new game comes out. So I need to get this season done and dusted. Hence the reason why I've been like... Bang, bang, bang. You know, live streaming quite a lot. Because I want to get this season done and dusted before the new game comes out. And we can just crack on with the new game. But yeah, I don't usually. But how's things though, mate? You okay? 96%. Right, let's go into qualifying. Our pit crew though is doing its best to really screw us. There's no tension in the air, Crofty. We're just gonna do qualifying, slap everybody up, and move on to the main race. I tell you what, I haven't checked for a while to see what teams are using what components. I think we should be good for engines, you know. It's just ERS we're going to struggle on, and we should be good for gearboxes. Brand new gearbox in Lando's car. Good man. Good man. Right.
Green light.
I don't know who that is coming down the pits, but I want to tow off him because it's a Red Bull. I'm not gonna lie, mate. You almost killed me. Because I was reading it whilst drinking a cup of tea. And, yeah. You know, when the old saliva goes down the wrong hole? I was like, Sam, why are you doing it to yourself? Mainly because, right, you are ruining your own race.
Yeah, confirm.
That's why I said to you, like, is the car not all over the place? Do you not get excessive tyre wear, you know? Simply because a TT setup is designed for one thing and one thing only. It's designed to go quick over one lap, not sustained laps. And in TT, there is no factors for tyre temperatures or tyre wear. So yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, mate. I was a bit like, why? Why is he doing this to himself? It did come across as strange to me, mate. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we might be a little bit close to Gasly, to be honest. To the Gas man. We're on purple set to 1 though. Let's go. But yeah, using TT setups, mate, the only person that you are hurting is yourself, because they are rough. Green sector 2. Like, you haven't even got to use my setups. Just use a setup that...
So keep that delta tight. Box.
That would be more
Full
benefit to you.
Yeah, confirm.
Oh, mate. Like I said, why did he lift off? Why did George lift off? Absolute idiot. Sam, honestly, mate, you could go so much faster with a proper setup on. You really could, mate. Yellow flag, yellow flag.
There is a crash. Careful for debris again.
Who's crashed? You're not going to show us? That's getting. But yeah, Sam, honestly, mate, you could go so much faster with a proper setup on. And like I said, it's not a cheeky, shameless plug for you to use my setups. Because my setups, I'll be honest, mate, they don't suit everybody. And because everybody drives differently. And obviously, you are on pad. But you need to, find a setup that isn't a CT setup. Because you would go so much faster, mate. You really would. Not necessarily faster. What I'm trying to say is you'd be far more consistent. The car wouldn't be all over the place. You wouldn't be sliding around. You'd be able to push a lot harder. Simply because you'd have better tyre wear. The car doesn't slide around generating more heat, more tyre wear. And you have more control and more feeling. The honest answer, I don't know. I would like to think that they are relatively similar. Maybe the likes of like the roll bars would change. With setups, you don't. With setups, whether it's pad, wheel, a realistic Williams or a realistic Red Bull or equal cars, once you get to a certain point with the cars, with setups, they're exactly the same. Like F1, the F1 game, the setups are so... Like, if you look at an iRacing setup for an F1 car versus an F1 setup on F1 24, like, they're night and day. You can only do so much on F1 24, whereas on F1 iRacing, you can change absolutely anything. You got, like, I think you got like 6 or 7, maybe even 8 different battery modes, like in iRacing, whereas you only got 3 in F1. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Oh, well, I think George has just got messed up. Don't think George is getting knocked out, but yeah, I'd like to say no, mate. Oh, George is done. George lifted off. But yeah, like I said, that probably the main things that would change would probably be the roll bars. Like tire, like the suspension, that wouldn't change, not really.
We are count 57.
Yeah, both Lando and George got blocked. I mean, we're even racing the Alpine, and we're past the Alpine now. So, the tow kind of backfired. Currently P1. We need Lando to win this. So still only Drogovic with a penalty. Looking back, I probably should have stayed with Oscar Piastri. Do you imagine how great Oscar Piastri would have been? Right, so sending George out first this lap. Who's that coming out of the pits? Go on. Let's send him out behind an Alpine. And send Lando out. We are currently P1 in the driver's standings by 10 points with Lando over Max. And we are 100 points, either 99 or 100 points clear of Red Bull in the drivers. I can't show you the standings from this page. I'll have to wait until after the end of the race. But it's taken, well, this is the 4th season, mate. The 4th season to get to this point. And yeah. Right, flying lap with George. That Alpine is the fastest car on the grid. So purple sector 1. Let's just hope we don't get blocked by that Ferrari, because we're closing at a rate of knots. Because George likes to lift off purple. And then he goes and screws it all up. Honestly, it is so frustrating.
Stay negative.
That's the thing now, if George gets blocked again, George is out. And there's not a damn thing I can do about it. I think Lando might be safe, but George isn't. You know, and if a car drove like that in real life, they'd get... Well, to this game, yeah, mate, there's absolutely loads, and I mean loads. Where do I start? Basically, my team, you can create a whole new team, so you'll become 11th team on the grid. So obviously you're the team principal, you've got to recruit engineers, drivers, your technical staff, you develop your car, create your own liveries. There's so much coming. Yeah, basically you take control even more so in the new game than you do in this. I mean, I love games like this anyway, you know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. But honestly, you can... So much to do. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, mate. Verstappen's only gone P9. Wow. No, I don't want to send him out behind Mick. Gasly's gone to P1. I messed up by her. Right, I'm going to send... Oh, I might be a bit too far. Sends Lando out behind George, behind... Yeah. George ain't going to get a tow, but he needs to get a wriggle on. Having a lie in, hopefully, mate. I assume you're referring to my unwanted sidekick, Josh. Oh, George in. But obviously he went purple sector one, didn't he? And lost it all in the middle, in the last sector. So I don't expect him to go better in the 2 sectors prior, but I expect him to do massively better in this sector. Go 3 seconds faster even.
Taking the front.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, he's called worse than that now, mate. He was, he's been watching inappropriate pig videos. I shall say that. Yeah, that's a whole new other kind of special, that is. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, he's called something else now because he was watching inappropriate pig videos. And that's all I'm gonna say about that! Come on! Max Verstappen! Let's go! That's going to take a lot for Max to come back through the field, even with brand new engine components. Monza is a very difficult track to overtake on. So I just got to worry about one Alpine as well, which is Bottas. So Bottas is light work. He really drops... Oh, Ocon's there. He really drops off during the race. So as long as I can get... yeah, as long as I can get to the front quickly, we should be Gucci. Yeah, heavy rain, mate. Thing is, that the Red Bull in the wet is the fastest car. So there's still a lot to do, because, like I said, a wet race throws up
Green light.
throws up a lot of variables. I'm going to send George out behind Ocon. Maybe a bit too far away, but we'll see. He's on brand new tyres as well. Talk of the devil, Samuel. Talk of the devil. Hello, Joshua. How are you? Hope you're doing well, mate. Right, I want to wait for Gasly before I send Lando out. Josh, me and Sam was just talking about you. Just wondering, like, how you doing? How are you on this fine Saturday morning? Nothing, mate. Nothing. Just saying, we wondered how you was doing. Right, George is coming around the last corner now. George is starting his lap. I'm not sending him out yet because I want to wait for I want to wait for Gasly and send Lando out. Oh, that's a Ferrari. Should I send him out behind a Ferrari, or should I wait? Maybe I should have sent him out because maybe Gasly's only got one set of softs. Maybe. Right, send Lando out now. Right, so George got on purple set to 1. Should go purple set to 2. She has done. Mate, I'm always up to no good. It's just my personality.
Stay negative.
I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but sorry, mate. Right, so far, George Russell is on pole. Not a lot. Just wondering how you was on this fine Saturday morning. Wasn't we, Sam? Come on, Lando. Purple Sentinel 1. Do it. Let's go! See? Even Sam agrees. Oh, somebody's going faster. I'm not even bothering changing the tyres because there isn't much in the way of benefit. Wow, okay. Sonoda's looking very fast. Right, I need to keep an eye on this. Right, sending George back out. There's no point. There's no benefit to sending him back out on the same tyres, on new tyres, because there's marginal difference. Yeah, Sonoda's flying, mate. He won't be flying during the race. Sonoda likes usually finding the walls and stuff. Which is unfortunate. Send Lando straight back out. Right. Let's do their last runs then. Come on, George. P1. George might be a little far back, actually. Oh no, he's gone purple sector 1. This Ferrari worries me though, because they don't get out of the way properly. And George likes to lift off. We're clear all the way to the finish line now. Okay, so that wasn't pole.
P2. It was a better lap.
Why don't you trust me, mate? Why don't you trust me? I mean, I can't help it if you don't, but when have I ever given you a reason not to trust me? Go on, Lando. Go on, Lando. Go on, Lando. Oh! Look at that. Would you Adam and Eve it? I always wonder how you are, mate. Wow. Yuki Tsunoda. Take a bow. Take a bow. Alright, let's go and work out the strat.
It's race day.
No cap, mate.
Final preparations are underway.
No cap. I wonder, is there a soggy race all race like? Oh, it looks like it. Alright, I reckon it's going to be I'm starting on Inters. I don't know, stint. Let's roundabout lap 32. A new stint. Inters. About lap 42, 43 till the end. Create plan D. Create plan D. There you go, George. Plan D for you. Plan D for you. Fuel. Get the fuel out of my car. Alright, Lando. Create plan D. Let's do plan D. Inters. New stint. What's new stint. Meh, about there. Create plan D. Create plan D. It's in for Lando. Muchos grandos fuel autos. We need to absolutely smoke Tsunoda off the line. Yeah. Hey, Josh, you have a good one, mate. And do hurry back. We do miss you when you've gone. Right. We need to smoke Tsunoda off the line. I think, though, at the start of the race, Inters might be the wrong call. However, if everybody else have started wets, they will have to box.
All 10 teams are now getting set up as the drivers prepare.
Josh loves it.
53 laps of the Italian Grand Prix. And for Lando Norris, this is another chance to see what he can do in this car.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it done.
Go. It's the Italian Grand Prix.
Oh no, everybody started on Inters. Fair enough.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Right. Lando can go and crack on. Put him into high. I don't want George to fight Lando though. So put George into high to get past Yuki Tsunoda. But do not fight your teammate. Right. Lando passed into turn 1. Let's go. Right, Lando can crack on.
There is a crash.
Who's crashed? Who's crashed?
Everybody's all around.
Look how slow they go into turn 1. Oh, massive crash. Nick de Vries, that was. Nick de Vries doing Nick de Vries things. Right, come on, George. We need to get past that Alpha Tauri. Get past him, George. Get past him. Well done, George. Well done. Right. Richard Vashaw, mate. That is Vashaw. Alright, time to start fuel saving. Yeah, you got Dragovic. Where have we got? Yeah. You've got, obviously, Mick Schumacher. You got Dragovic. Obviously, Nick De Vries is still in it. Piastri. Richard Vashaw. Obviously, Albon. And then you got Jack Doohan. Because, yeah, that's exactly why. Not only that, like, this is 2026, I think the year is. So, yeah. Alright, we just need to fuel save with everybody now. I don't know why George is like that on his tyres, but... Right, we probably should be on wet tyres by now anyway, you know, because yeah. Right, so we know if it's currently wet tyres because the water level is saying 4.34, which means as soon as it gets above 4, it's wet tyres. So we are looking around about lap 32, we need to box for wet tyres. And then about lap 45, we need to box for inters. Alright, okay. It's going to need to be managed, but we'll manage it. No, George, they're overeating, mate. No need to push. Back off. Back off. I need Lando to win this, obviously, to keep going in the constructors and obviously drivers. So I mean, see, look what I said about Yuki Tsunoda. Car's absolutely rapid in one lap. It's like you, Sam, with the TT setups. So yeah, it's absolutely rapid in one lap pace. But when it comes to the race, that Tsunoda is not very good. This is what I mean, mate. Honestly, if you... Yeah, he's just locked up as well going into turn 4.
This is what happened. Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4. And there's the lockup. And hopefully there's not too much damage to the tyres.
See? You just need to find a setup that you are... or a person that you set up. Like I said, I know in Yano's Discord they're always talking setups. There was a guy on well, just Google him. Sim racing setups. My setups. Yeah. Yes, mate. I'm slightly concerned. See you later, Yuki Tsunoda. See what I mean about Tsunoda? I'm slightly concerned.
Wet for those on the track. The brakes couldn't cope, and they'll need to be mindful of the effect that had on the tyres.
I am slightly concerned that we are not saving a lot of fuel. But we've got a 6-second gap now to Bottas. The way it's going, we will probably end up having a pit stop. I would have loved to have saved a lot more fuel by now as well, and we don't appear to be saving an awful lot. I just need to go to the toilet because I'm about to burst. Be back now. Lando with the fastest lap. Yeah, but I am starting to get concerned a little bit now about this. About this fuel, you know. It's going to drop right down there. Was that about lap 21, is it? No, lap 16. At this point, we just trade in fastest laps. So, around about lap 16, when the track is at its best, I need to bang in like the fastest lap I've ever brought to bang in. Because I cannot allow Red Bull to take that fastest lap. Just simply can't. I mean, Gasly's flying as well. What is pit stop around here? 24 seconds. That's going to be more like 30 seconds with the amount of muppetry going on with my pit crew. Oh, we should be alright on fuel. We should be fine. Next lap, I'm just going to send Lando. Just like, go knock yourself out, mate. Go and get a fastest lap. It do look dry, mate. It do. It's not though. This is why I keep flicking to this page, because this page, that blue line represents obviously rain. And if you look in the top right hand corner where it says grip, rubber, and water, obviously that level is coming down. Once it gets below 1, it means then the track is dry, or dry enough for slicks. I needed to create an offset anyway with Lando and George, because obviously the double stack. Just concerned about tyre wear. Not tyre wear, fuel. But yeah, in 3 minutes it's due to go back to heavy rain again, so... which everybody's going to struggle then. I reckon around about lap 31, 32, we're going to need the box of hards. What are we doing lap time wise? 28.2, 28.3. Leclerc on a 28.1. How's Max doing? P10 on a 28.9. It's beautiful, that is. Absolutely beautiful. We get maximum points here today, and we're already 100 points in front of Red Bull. Just gonna do our title aspirations wonders. It really, really will.
So just let us know what you think about the conditions.
See that, mate?
Dry line in some places. Yeah, I think I'm ready.
And then now, if we go back to this page, the water's starting to go back up again. And then heavy rain is coming in 4 minutes. It's not always accurate. As part of your facilities, where like you gotta upgrade your factory, your R&D, pretty much like F124, where you've gotta keep spending the money to upgrade your facilities, and obviously they give you bigger bonuses and whatnot. You have got a weather center, and if you don't upgrade the weather center to the maximum, you get inconsistent results. But one thing I made sure of was upgrading my weather center, because in season 1 at Canada, they told me we had heavy rain coming on, I can't remember what lap it was, but they told me they had heavy rain. I then preempted that heavy rain by boxing like half a lap earlier, and it turned out it wasn't heavy rain. It turned out it was just inters, and I cut my tyres and ended up finishing that race out of the points because of my weather center wasn't upgraded. But yeah, my weather center is level 5 now, so it will be the most accurate forecast anybody can give you. But right now we're in heavy rain. Yellow flag, yellow flag. Jack Doohan running wide, turn 8.
Right, let's have a look here as we go into turn 8. Oh no! Wide they go!
Oh no!
They might want to take a look at the floor of the car there, because that won't do it any good.
Not any good, Crofty. Not any good at all. Oh, George has caught up a little bit, mind. What's tyre wear compared to everybody else? Oh mate, yeah. They definitely do not take the racing line into the corners. that's you know, a negative thing. Like, it's like right now you can see the sun's out. The sun's out, yeah, it's still raining, and it's about to get a lot heavier. And I think we're going to need a bigger gap. It's simply because my pit crew are so poor. Just going to start pushing Lando. Man, I forgot what... right, so there's a 24-second gap. A pit stop window is 24 seconds. If with a normal pit crew that doesn't like to cause errors, 24 seconds. That's with the pit stop included. I think my pit stops are around about 3 seconds. So we should come out round about Danny Rick. Between Danny Rick and Lance Stroll. But if I was to box now, I probably more likely came out round about Albon, because my pit crew are absolutely shocking, and there's nothing you can do to upgrade your pit crew. Not really. They get fatigued and stuff like that, and basically at the start of the game, or for a season and a half, I didn't really bother with my pit crew. I just let them crack on, and I have regretted it ever since. Like Red Bull, Alpine, they're having like sub 2 minute 2 second pit stops, and where I think my best pit stop is like 2.9 seconds, and that's all, you know. Right, so I'm going to now push George. I don't know where that came from, but yeah. Sonoda again, doing Sonoda things. Right, so it's safe to say that it's nearly taken us all race, but George has nearly saved enough fuel, so happy days. We're on lap 25.53 and we're about to go on box. Yeah, I said I don't know where that disco name come from. Not at all. Yeah. And that is going to be the sad part. I mean, I want to be wrong. I want my pit crew to be absolutely amazing, and yeah, I want them to have no dramas and get my pit done and send me on my way. But I've got about as much faith as Josh keeping it out of a wall than my pit crew. So I don't point fingers, Sam. I wouldn't like to say who made that name for him. Right, I can stop fuel saving with George. Probably stop fuel saving with Lando as well, to be honest, because this wet weather's going to hit, and we might even come a lot earlier. Right, so looking at this. Right, so now things have changed. And I should come out behind Esteban Ocon in P8. Into that gap between Ocon and Verstappen. And the water level is rising. As soon as that water level gets to about 3.3, I'm going to box. The AI usually box around 3 when the water level gets to about 3.35. So I need to be really mindful of that. Now it's starting to increase. No, not at all. I swear to you, mate, right? I swear to you, this has only been like this for the last 4 races. No, Hungary. Yeah, 4 races. Hungary, Spa, Zandvoort, and this one. Every other race up until this has been heartache. It's just been pure heartache. Sometimes I wouldn't even like at Canada here in this season. I think I had both drivers knocked out in Q1. Like, it's not always like this. Like this is like the glory days. This right here is the glory. Like, trust me, mate. It's been heartache. Pure heartache. Right, that rain is starting to, that water level is starting to increase. It's really difficult to overtake as well in the wet, obviously, for obvious reasons. So that's 3.2 now. So I'm going to be boxing pin options. I'm going to be boxing Lando this lap. And then George the lap after. Yeah, Lando this lap because it's on 3.45 and it is only going to go up. So Lando this lap, George next. Oh my god, we're almost caught up Nick de Vries. Then I'm going to do George. Pit options, please, please, let's have a decent pit stop. Here we go, pit stop error. 5.1 seconds in the pit, in the box. Let's have a look at this. Awful.
McLaren's team get called into action. Oh, it's the rear left that's gone too loose, though.
Yeah, shocking me. But it won't just be for Lando either. It'll be for George as well. I mean, after the round of pit stops, I still should come out. I still should be P1, but still. See, now it'll say track changed to wet. And I'm quite shocked not to see everybody else boxing, unless I've got this wrong. Whereas George has come out in front of Lando, look. Have I got this wrong? Welcome back, mate. Did you hear the part where you asked me, was every race like this? I had a 5.1 second stop with Lando, and I had a 3.0 stop, 3.01 with George. Right, so no, this is not how it always is. This is pain, mate. This has been blood, sweat, and tears getting to this level. It really has. I have only been leading, etc., for the last 4 races. Even Canada this season, I had both drivers knocked out in Q1. Like, it was horrific. I expect them to box now. We are just slapping them with so much time. Yeah, we are. Look how much faster we are. Yeah, we're just wrecking them. Why ain't George overtaking anybody then? Because let's get George burning, because we cannot get held up behind these cars, which I would assume they are about to box, because it's a long old time to be stuck behind cars. Let's push Lando as well, so we need to get past. Because it looks like they're staying out. Obviously, Gasly's going to hold us up. And Lando's not going to have the brains to go around him. As somebody just spun off into the gravel.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Bottas under pressure. Oh dear. Unlucky Valtteri. Right. Lando's past Gasly. Alright, we need George now. Yeah, George has passed him as well. Yeah. Bottas in the mud. Oh my god. Right. Past Leclerc. No, we're not going to go past Leclerc. Alright, let's get George past Leclerc. Happy days. Right. Fuel, save. Tyre, save. Turn aggression back up low. And away we go. We've already dropped Leclerc by... Norris has dropped Leclerc by what, 4.4 seconds? I'm quite shocked that they actually stayed out. And they didn't pit. But as you can see by the amount of time I've already gained into them, pitting was the right option. Because I was 10 seconds last... on the Inters in front of them, and I am 10 seconds in front of them again, and I only overtook them a lap and a half ago. So by the time we need to box again now for Inters,
Yellow flag now.
we should be a pit stop in front of me.
We're down at turn 5. Oh no, that's not how to do it.
They did the same as Bottas. But yeah, we should be a pit stop in front by the time we need to box again. Which is soon. Honestly, being on the right tyre in this game is absolutely critical, because if you're not, I mean, look, I overtook Leclerc 3 laps ago, and I'm already a pit stop in front. Rain is coming. It is coming down though. But obviously, staying on the set of tires, too long as well, is not gonna be great. I might as well just chill, save my battery completely with George. Alright. Pit options. Box Lando this lap. Box George next. You see, now that's not a bad stop. And that should now put me out in front of Charles Leclerc. Which it has done. Happy days. Happy days. See, you can't go wrong when you get a stop like that. All right, on time. That is also the benefits of having an fully upgraded weather centre. So George is going to box now as well. George had a decent stop as well. I say decent stop. It was a really poor stop, but it was a decent stop for us. You know? And the fact that we have on nearly 40% more better tyres than the cars behind, we will have no troubles at all. None whatsoever. It's definitely not going to get dry. It's going to stay wet right until the very end. Lando's going to win, providing Lando doesn't do anything stupid, because that's a possibility, you know. I've seen cars lead the entire race and then spin with 2 or 3 corners left to go. It's heartbreaking. Where's old Maxi boy? That's what it's like going through a Scary. We do this every day, Sam. But yeah. What are we doing lap time wise? 29.2. George is faster. Don't get how Lando's battery is depleting so badly. He's got 73% ERS. Same as George's, but why is it depleting a lot more? Right, that rain's going to level off now. I reckon it's going to drop to about 1.8 and then level off. George will, if Ocon stays in P8, George will also move up to P3 in the constructors, in the drivers. And we should have, I think it's Singapore next. We should have more upgrades as well for Singapore. Actually, I might swap the drivers over and let George win this. Because it will help with points in the drivers. Right, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Don't fight teammate. Right. Title serve. Title serve. Let's do all of that. George overtake. George goes on to win. In all fairness, George was winning the entire Zandvoort race, and I swapped the drivers over and let Lando win. So I'm going to do this now. And let George win. George is faster than you. Confirm you understood the message. George is faster than you. In 4 minutes it's going to start raining, but the track is going to stay wet. It's not being manipulated. I'm returning the favour back to George Russell because in Zandvoort, George was out in front by 8 seconds, and I slowed George down in order for Lando to win, to get more points in the drivers to overtake Max. So I am just returning the favour, mate. It's like Abu Dhabi 21. Big crash, big crash.
Now this was at turn 1.
They're going to make it 3 wide.
And the impact on the car, it's quite clear. That will have knocked their confidence, I'm sure.
Yeah, Richard for sure, look, Sam. Poor boy.
And you're the fastest man on track.
Fastest man on track. Fastest man on track. Absolutely nailed. Absolutely on point. Car's been great. Pit crew only let us down once instead of 4 times. So 25% poor pit stop. Got to take the rough for the smooth, I suppose. But cars 1-2 for the 4th race in a row. We have taken back to back 1-2s. I'm not counting my chickens. After this, we will have 8 races left to go. But that Constructors is looking good.
Come on! Yes, boys!
Wow.
Holy moly!
Very good job, everyone.
Holy moly, George Russell. You are the Monza winner.
Checkered flag now.
Have to say, George Russell looked excellent out there.
What a brilliant race that was for the team. They just did everything right. The driver included, of course.
Pure elation there as the driver regroups with a team that worked so hard to see this moment. And up he goes, George Russell joining the podium lineup after a memorable Grand Prix.
Look at that.
It gets even better for the team with both
4 seasons have been in this. 84 races. And it's only the last 4 races.
And that, right there, is a picture-perfect end to this weekend in
where
Monza.
we've actually started showing our championship form. Alright, so what does that do to the drivers? Look at this. I reckon George... Another win for George. Another poor result for Max. We can have both McLaren boys 1-2 in the drivers. But this is where it truly counts. Look at that. Alpine are in the mud. Alpine are no longer a threat. But look at this. We won't worry about the DHL fastest pit stop. We ain't going to worry about that at all. But this one is truly where it counts. It's beautiful. Right, I'll be back tomorrow at some point. Sam, have a good Saturday, mate. You guys take care. Peace.